Oh, all right, everybody. That's enough. That's enough dancing, all right? It's enough. It's enough, all right? This isn't the, this is, you know, these are 7th anniversary LRs, but these aren't the 7th anniversary LRs, all right? We're starting to get details for the 7th anniversary LR EZAs. We have the Part 2 LRs right here. Clearly, they are saving the real meat and potatoes, you know, the fusions, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the LR Gods. They're saving those. They're saving those. We'll get those at some point in the next week or so. But for now, we do have KaioKen Goku and Grade 8 Vegeta. I have done CALCS here. We actually just had the data download. And we did find out that they are getting equipment right here. So Vegeta is getting... Oh, let me move one of the sharks. Hang on, you guys can't see it. 1 second. There we go. So they're getting a 900 bronze. It's extra 900 defense right there. 1200 defense and level... What is this? Like 6 dodge or something like that. And then a level 6 crit and level 6 additional. So I think for Vegeta, these are all good. And then same thing with KaioKen Goku. KaioKen Goku doesn't really need this, the gold, because he has a bunch of built-in crit, I'll just tell you right now, so he doesn't really need this. But these two equipments especially are really, really good. So I'll probably be putting these on both of these characters, but, you know, just so that you guys can see what's going on, just wanted to go ahead and show you that right there. So anyway, that's an extra 2,100 defense to their stats right there. That's just going to be, you know, I mean, it's kind of like getting an EZA, right? Like these EZA TURs, whenever they get their EZA, they get a big stats boost. That doesn't happen for LRs, but they did decide to give them these special equipment right here, so it's kind of like getting that anyways. That actually is going to be pretty significant for their CALCS. So anyway, let's just get into it. Goku will go first. Let me turn off... listen, guys, I'm sorry. We gotta get everybody out of here. Maybe we'll leave Gotenks up in the corner. He's not bothering anybody up there. We can bring back the alien. Okay, we can keep the alien. Okay, these guys they're not bothering anybody up there. All right. So here we go. Here is Goku. He's getting 200% defense at the start of turn. I'm only going to focus on the defense here, okay? He's getting 200% defense at the start of turn. He's getting 100% defense for 7 turns from appearance. And then 159% when performing a super attack. He gets a little bit of damage reduction in here. Overall, honestly, not that crazy. Just 200%. Goes up to 300% for 7 turns. And then 159. His super attack effects are really, really good, though. Massively raises attack and defense for 4 turns. That's going to be a 100% raise. And then attack and defense 50% for 1 turn on the 12 key. So just getting into his stats right here. We can go ahead and pull them up. Oh, and by the way, these are already on Twitter. So if you guys want to see them there, I mean, there they are. All right. They're on Twitter already. So you can go back and reference them, everything like that. So Goku's defense is 14,788, but with the extra 2,100 of defense equips. Hang on, I gotta shrink Gotenks a little bit, I'm sorry. Alright, there we go. His defense goes up to 16,888, which is, you know, obviously pretty good. And then at 55%, you can get both the bronze and silver orbs on him at 55%, so he can also get the 2,100 stat boost at 55% as well. And so there you go. That's what his defense is going to be looking like. 220% leader skill, 5% in links. He actually has more defensive links than that. I think like shattering the limit and maybe something else. But it's not going to be that big of a deal, so I didn't include it up here. I just did 5% for shocking speed. I think he has Saiyan lineage, shocking speed, and shattering the limit. So like 15% would be his max. But I mean, you're not getting shattering the limit activated. I don't know why they made these shattering the limit LRs. That was kind of the dumbest decision they've ever made. But, you know, 2021 Dokkan was a sight to behold. Passive phase 1, we already discussed. He gets 300%. That is the 200% that he gets at the start of turn for free, and then he gets an extra 100% for 7 turns, so those add into the same phase right there for a total of 300%. And then passive phase 2, he gets 159% when performing a super attack. So you can see right there, when attacking with 12 or more ki, I guess it's not when performing a super attack, it's when attacking. So even if you get a normal, like if this guy gets sealed, you'll still get that buff right there. So 159% is where that number's coming from. And then on his 18 key, he gets 100%. And then on his 12 key, he gets 150. He doesn't have built-in additionals, so that's all you're going to get right there. He does carry that stack over to the next turn, though. So you're able to get 2 instances of this up right here. And then you could also, on that next turn, get a 12 key as well. So the 12 key doesn't carry over, but that massive 100% raise that you get does carry over onto the next turn. So he's going to be able to cap out at about 3.4 million defense with no support on the turn, and with only shocking speed activated. If you got 4 super attacks. That'd be 2 super attacks on like turn 1 and then 2 super attacks on turn 3. Not going to be very common, but it is possible. I'd say you're probably going to be more just hovering in like this zone. This is going to be like the realistic zone down here, this 1.9 to 2.4. That's kind of the realistic zone. And then, again, 55%, same thing over here. On this side, I just threw in an extra 40% support, so you can see the numbers just get a little bit higher. Down here, this is after his intro wears off, so you see this is 200% right here. So this is after that, well, I guess it's not really his intro. It's kind of an intro buff. He gets it for 7 turns. After that 7-turn buff wears off, you lose that 100% right here. And that's what he's going to be looking like. And then, same thing over here. So not that crazy. I mean, 1.6 to 2.1. I mean, the most damage reduction I think you would see is maybe somewhere between 30 and 40% with this guy. So, not that crazy. Not that crazy. He'll pair well with, like, items, or if we get, like, another character that gives this guy damage reduction support or something like that, you know, maybe he could be pretty good. If he had, like, built-in additionals in his passive, I think that would make him crazy, but he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have built-in additionals at all. Like, it's, you know, he's got crit right here. You know, damage reduction per key sphere, some attack and defense, defense and key, and then extra key per key sphere, creates SDR key spheres, great chance to crit. Like, he has, they're giving him a great chance to crit, and then guaranteed crit at 24 key. Like, that's kind of redundant. Make this, like, an additional attack, and this guy is actually probably pretty consistent. I think I would like him a lot more. We already went over his super attack effects, not much to talk about there. Active skill didn't get changed, it's still going to be the big nuking attack. So that's Goku, not the craziest ever. We can go ahead and take a look at Vegeta. So he's getting 200% at the start of turn as well. He gets some damage reduction, which is nice. And he guards, so like the guard plus the damage reduction combo is going to make this guy really, really, really good. When attacking with 12 or more ki, it's 160%. That's in passive phase 2 right there. When attacking with 18 or more ki, he gets 160% as well. So that's going to stack together to be 320% whenever you're at 18 ki when attacking. After guard is activated, he does get another 60% for 3 turns. Oh, I didn't realize that this stack... Well, I guess it doesn't stack, right? Like, it's only 1 instance, and it just stays up for 3 turns. I mean, that's good, right? That means on his second appearance, he's going to be looking a lot better in, like, slot 1. But like right here, so this is 320%. This goes into that same phase. So that's 380% for passive phase 2. So 200% at the start of turn, 380% right here. As the first attacker in the turn, he does get an additional 60%. So it's actually going to be 260%. That goes into the same phase as this up here. So that's passive phase 1 is 260 if you're in slot 1. And then in slot 2, or well, in slot 2, he gets extra attack. He gets an additional... And I mean, that's about it. It seems like they fixed this guy's key issues a little bit, in that they gave him this extra key per key sphere obtained. You know, he gets 3 key with his intro. I don't know how common Goku enemies are right now. I feel like there's a few, so that's good. But, you know, getting 3 key here, and then, like, 3 key after he gets hit. I guess he kind of already had that. The biggest addition is this extra key per key sphere obtained. This is type or rainbow, so that's nice. I don't know. We'll have to see how this guy does in game. This guy has a really, really bad link set. Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, over 9,000 transforms, Saiyan Roar, Shattering the Limit, right? Like, this is awful. This is terrible. This is one of the worst link sets we've ever seen. Like, if this guy had prepared for battle instead of over 9,000, it would just work so much better. Like, who is this guy linking with on his good teams? Like, he's just getting Royal Lineage activated, maybe. Legendary power, like, that's it. Maybe Saiyan Warrior Race, but you're not getting, like these 3. I guess Saiyan Roar you can get activated with, like, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so that's good at least. Anyway, but, like, Transform is terrible. Shattering the Limit is terrible, which, whatever. Anyway. I'm dwelling. His 18 key super attack does give him 50% defense, and then his 12 key super attack gives him 30% defense. So not much else we really need to talk about with this guy. Let's go ahead and move over to his actual numbers here. So this is going to be slot 1 up here. On this side, it's going to be with 70% support, and down here is in what's it called? Slot 2 with 70% support. Sorry, my brain died. I apologize. I apologize. Sometimes your brain just like has an aneurysm when you stop thinking. So again, this guy has 14,338 defense, and he is also getting the special equipment. They're the exact same as Goku. I already showed him. So that's where that 2,100 extra stat boost is coming from right there. 11,338 at 55%, and then 2,100 from the stat boost. 220% leader skill. He should be on Vegeta's, the Gogeta character. He should be on his 220%, because he is Successors and Gifted Warriors, so he should be on that one. Links, I just threw on Saiyan Roar. You're probably going to have this guy next to, like, the Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku or the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't know. I just threw on the 10%. This guy's links suck. Maybe you have this, maybe you don't. Passive Phase 1, he's getting 260%. That's a 200% he gets at the start of turn for free, plus a 60% for being in slot 1. Again, this up here is in slot 1. This down here is in slot 2. So you can see this is 260, this is 200. 330, 270. The difference being 60%. So, passive phase 2, he gets 380%. So, you know, that's really nice. You just take this, multiply it by 4.8, and then he gets 50% on his 18 key, and 80% if you double super. So, I mean, this guy's looking really good. And then obviously you can triple super potentially, so that's kind of nice. His defense is going to be lower in slots 2 or 3, but you may be a little bit safer just because you can actually get your attacks in first. Remember that a lot of this guy's defense that you're going to be getting is going to be after he actually attacks. So I think he can do well in slot 1. I don't think it's going to be, like, impossible for him to go there. You know, just looking at it, you're getting 20% here, and then 40% here. So he's at 60% damage reduction with guard, and he's at, like, you know, a pretty good defensive level. If we just take, like, this right here, so this 351, 510, and we just take this right here and multiply it by 1.6, so that 562 is what you'd be at whenever he actually receives an attack. You just won't see it activated. So 562 with guard and 60% damage reduction is going to get you pretty far. You know, it's not going to be able to take, like, the hardest bosses, like, you know, Frieza. Just switching over here to the Dokkan damage calculator, though, I mean, he's getting pretty close. You know, Frieza hits for 7 million right there. So with about 562k defense, 60% damage reduction, and guard, you know, this Frieza, or, like, Vegeta would still die. You know, he's taking, like, 855k right here. I mean, unless you're on just, like, a super juiced, you know, 1 million HP team or something like that, right? Like, he would still die, but notice how he's getting really close. Like, if this is 5 million... Like he's eating that pretty well before he attacks. So, maybe he's not the safest ever in slot 1, but as long as he's not eating, like, a gigantic super attack, he'll at least be able to survive it. You know, like 6 million right there. You would be very close to death, but, you know, he would be surviving. And, like, a 4 million, I mean, he eats that pretty decently well. So, point being here is that, like, you know, 562k defense before he attacks isn't the best ever for a slot 1 character, but it's not, like, the worst ever either, you know? Like, I think you can get it done with that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go with this guy. We'll see. We'll see. I think he's going to be competent. You know, at the very least, you know, running him as a slot 2 character where he's going to have... you know, 20% damage reduction, guard, and, like, what do we say? Like, you know, 2.5 million defense, potentially. Like, this guy is going to be pretty solid as a slot 2 character. The other thing you have to remember, too, I guess, is that, you know, going back to this 7 million, if you're able, you know, to get, what's his name? Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you know, this right here, so if I take this, multiply by 1.6... So if you're able to get Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan 4 Goku's damage reduction support, you know, he'd be at 671, 775. So I'll just make this like 672. And he gets an extra 10% damage reduction support. Now he actually is eating it. So if you've got Super Saiyan 4 Goku linked up next to him, and he's got that extra 10% damage reduction support and 70%, you know, defense support, he actually is eating it at that point. It's not great, but, like, he actually could eat that 7 million damage super attack now, so... I'll let you guys kind of tell me what you think about these guys. You know, obviously, I think they're pretty good. Goku could have been a lot better for sure. But if they were going to make one of these guys good, it needed to be Vegeta. Vegeta was not super great on his release. Like, he just never really had a role. It's like he wants to be a slot 1 tank, but he was never really good in slot 1. So I'm interested to see what these new fights bring, see if this guy can really find a nice footing. Goku's just gonna kind of be like whatever. They did add new battle motions to these guys. Let me see if I can pull those up real quick. All right, here we go. Here's the battle motion for KaioKen Goku. If I can, there we go. There it is. Look at that. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good. And then the steam. Like, I like it. I like it. I like it. That's like, of the Goku sprites that we've seen, that's actually like by far the best battle motion, like by like 100 miles. All right, and here is the Great Ape Vegeta battle motion. So here we go. Dude, look at that. He's so mad. Oh no. All right, so there's that one. And I think there might be one more. All right, here we go. Here's Great Ape Vegeta's giant form battle motion. There he is. Look at him. He just does a little roar. He does a little roaring. Do it again, buddy? No? Okay, here he goes. Yeah, see, he just kind of does a little stretch. No, nothing too crazy right there. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about these guys. Let me know what you're thinking about the anniversary. There are new fights coming out soon, so we'll take a peek at those at some point here. I haven't taken a look at them yet. We'll see here pretty soon. Of course, I'll try to record the fights when I can. I'm sure people are going to want to see these new fights and just how tough they are. So we'll take a look at that. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys think Great Ape Vegeta or KaioKen Goku is better. Which one are you more excited to use? Do you think the community is underrating either of them? You know, like just looking at this turn right here. Just can I pause this? Like, you know, if this was the turn with KaioKen Goku, that'd be what? 4, 8, 12. I guess, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that'd be 36% damage reduction right there per STR key sphere. So, you know, 36% damage reduction and like 2 million defense will take you somewhere against type advantage bosses. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you guys next time.